Hey there, are you a Ford guy who's tired of people thinking you have a supercharger when really all you have is power steering? Well, if you want to run a GM pump on your Ford, you're going to lose the noise, but you might be over or under pressured. So let me show you how to fix it real quick and real cheap. Hey folks, Casey here. I'm a Ford guy, and I'm no stranger to the Ford power steering jokes and memes and things of that nature. So when I was building a Ford with a power steering setup, I wanted to run a GM pump, like a lot of you do. Now, if you buy your pump from an outfit like CVF Racing, they'll dial it in for you with whatever pressure you need so that your rack and pinion system runs properly. Too much pressure and the car's gonna feel twitchy, not enough, and you're gonna have to work like you've got manual steering, and way too much, and you might be blowing rack seals, especially with some of these racks that are on the market today. They're just not made as good as you'd like them to be. What I didn't know is that there's a really easy way, aside from all the billet specialties and the like, custom pressure reducer valves that are offered for power steering systems. There's a way to shim your own with a kit from Borgeson that only costs about 17 bucks at the time of shooting this video. That kit will work for Saginaw P-Series pumps like this one right here. It'll work for the GM Type 2 pumps. And it's about as simple as it gets. So let me bring you in and show you what's involved. All right, so the kit from Borgeson is part number 899001, pump pressure reducing kit. And basically what comes in the kit is a new O-ring, some shims, and a little tool to help hold your valve. Now, this is a Saginaw P-Series GM pump. This is a fancy one from CVF Racing. They're not all this nice, but if you've ever had a Chevy, you've probably had one of these pumps on it. In the back, we've got our high pressure side and our low pressure side. Our high pressure side right here, a 1-inch socket will take this fitting off. And when you get that fitting off, it looks like this right here. So we've got a nice conical seat on the inside. We've got an O-ring. We've got some flow ports. Behind that input is the pressure relief valve. And this is blown apart right now, just for ease of description. But you've got a little shuttle valve that slides back and forth, and inside of there, you've got a little poppet with a ball and then a filter screen on the outside. And you stack shims right here to adjust the pressure output of the pump. So the Borgeson kit comes with instructions. It shows you to remove the input fitting, to remove the pressure valve. There will be a spring behind it, so make sure you don't lose that or nothing's gonna function right. Use the little tool here to clamp your valve in a vise, because if you scratch it up, it's gonna stick in the housing. They show you the exploded view, and they show you to place shims here, and then they show you the number of shims. So no shims at all, 1350 PSI, way too much for like a Fox body Mustang style rack or a Mustang 2 rack. One shim, 1200 PSI is how CVF sets their pumps up regular. They also will sell you a valve for about 50 bucks that has 4 shims and drops it all the way down to 850 PSI, which is what you want for a Mustang 2. But on my Fox body rack, what I'm looking for is maybe 2 shims or 3 shims to get it in that 1100 to 1000 PSI sweet spot. All right, so here you can see we've got 3 shims installed because we're gaming for that 1000 PSI mark. And here is the valve pictured inside of the little clamp piece. It's a nice pot metal piece that when clamped in the vise allows you to hold on to this thing so you can tighten the nut without damaging this machine surface that the valve rides inside the power steering pump with. All right, so as I alluded to before, too much pressure, you're gonna have twitchy steering, you're gonna risk blowing your seals on your rack and pinion. Too little pressure and you're gonna be working too hard, quite frankly. Depending upon the type of rack you have, if it's a Mustang 2 rack, you're probably gonna wanna have 850 PSI max. If it's a Fox body style rack, like from Unisteer, they say 1100 PSI max, but probably 1000 is a little more accurate. You can spend 70, 80 bucks for a valve from Billet Specialties, or you can spend 15 bucks and reshim the valve that's already in your pump. I wasn't really aware of the shimming process for these power steering flow reducing valves that set the pressure of the Saginaw P-Series pumps. I knew that they had custom valves available, but I didn't realize that you could just shim it so easily to adjust your pressure. So this is pretty helpful if you want to fine tune the pressure on your ride with power steering. Because I learned something new in this process, I figured I'd share it with the rest of you. I've never seen a video on YouTube about this. I'm sure they exist. I'll probably see nothing but those videos now. That's how the algorithm seems to work, right? Anyway, If you found this interesting, please hit that like button, leave a comment, join the conversation. I reply to all of my comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'll keep the content coming. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.